Major funding for Black Gold Boom was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding was provided by the North Dakota Humanities Council.
There's a risk in everything. The reservation as we know it has changed, even from a few years ago. There's many tribes that have took a position of no fracking. They banned fracking on the reservation. The Mandan, Hidatsa, and Arikara, we're on everybody's radar.
Good evening, everybody. Where should I start?
We're talking billions of dollars.
We're tied to this land. It's who we are. We look forward with optimism in that we can do this right.
The leaders are talking the language of our oppressors. They're going to do anything they can to lie to themselves, saying that their environment is safe. As long as that money keeps rolling in. I'm here to pick up some grain for the horsepower program.
Oh, grain?
Yeah, I think we have like 14 bags or something.
Ooh, shoot. Is there anything about the grain stuff?
Yeah, is it that green bag stuff?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, we've got that in the back. It's right behind the store here.
Right behind the store in the back?
Yep.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you. You're the only good man here. Let him know I said that.
They say that in our genetic code, our DNA, our bloodlines, it's connected to this land.
You ready?
There's 3 tribes. There were Arikaras, the Mandans, and the Hidatsas. At the time of colonization, we were kind of all in the same area still. As the reservations were being made, you know, the federal government just decided these guys are living so close anyway, we'll just give them this piece of land here. You watch how it started to shrink through different acts of Congress. Going through the civilization process, you know, they went through the boarding school era, and now we're into the oil boom. We're always getting educated, it seems like every 20, 30 years of how much they care about us, I guess. Come on, Travis. Come on, this way.
We're hitting uncharted territory. This tribe has become major players in the oil and gas industry overnight.
I started becoming upset, you know, becoming angry with how things were being treated around here. People were looking to me. Well, they wanted me to get into politics. And I had to step back and look at myself. Whoa, what am I doing here? No, I don't want to be that person. You know, I don't want to be the big politician.
At the end of the day, we want to be a prosperous nation, and we want to thrive. Yes.
As a leader here on Fort Berthold, it's probably really hard, you know, not to look at all that money, look at all the needs, weigh all the options, and try to pay for everything. And so I can understand.
You know, it really is an honor to be here this evening and be able to work for the tribe.
But at the same time, you know, as a young person, I understand that in life we only have so much that we're gonna need. You know, maybe a house, maybe we need to feed ourselves, and we should put a cap on that.
the mindset off the reservation in the state and around the country as well. Those guys are all rich. You know, mentioned 3 affiliate tribes, they think everybody's rich, and it's not the case.
I guess it's like that everywhere this oil boom goes. You know, they come, they tear up the land, they take what they want, they make their quotas and whatnot, and then they leave. You know, but for us on here in Fort Berthold, you know, it's something new. Even our own people, they talk that same language. They think money is sacred just because it has "In God We Trust" written on it.
Watch out!
As a tribe, all we have settled for to this point was royalties, 18%, and meanwhile, 82% is leaving the reservation. And so we want a bigger piece of the pie. This is our minerals, these are our lands, we should get the majority of that. So how do we do that? Well, we create our own company and we drill our own wells.
Hello, Dave here. Stop by when you get here. Right next to the Tasty Freeze.
We're not an Exxon, we're not a Continental, okay? But we've assembled a team to actually drill a well and then show the people that we're capable of doing this, just like anybody else. We all heard about the Southern Utes and how they were successful in creating their own oil and gas company. I flew down to Ignacio, Colorado, and met with the Southern Utes and asked them for their business plan of 1991. And they had it. And they made a copy and they gave it to me. It's almost like mining, you know, because you're 98% guaranteed to hit this. It's just how you hit it.
You know Sean Hannity's coming out here, don't you?
For what?
For Bakken. He's going to do a live show out here.
Never thought I'd ever be living home again. When I graduated, I couldn't wait to get out of here and move away.
There. Good job. I just retired and moved back to home. After about 2 months of retirement, we started talking. I get up in the morning, I come to the office, and it's the other way around. It's good. It's really good. We've kind of come to a balance. I mean, I know who does the work.
I came from a 9-to-5 job. Sorry about that. Hey, Josh. Or when Dad and I started the company a few years ago, I didn't even know what a roustabout was. I didn't know anything about the oil field. They are the crews that put everything together on a well site. Pump jacks, the flares. It's kind of an all-inclusive trade.
If we don't take some pride and initiative in our own place, then who's going to do it? So this is part of our effort also. I mean, we're also making a profit, no question about that. But it's also how do we pay back and how do we work with the community in this process. But keep away from the politics as much as we can. I know that's tough, maybe impossible.
It's tough to see the changes to the landscape, but I think I'd like to see just the infrastructure of a more developed community.
There, he's getting, you getting there? Now do your best Darth Vader. What I liked the best was going swinging it around Colt style. I didn't like trucking it over my head. I just don't like throwing heavy things around my head is all. So.
The fire department is brand new. There's a lot to learn yet, but it's exciting and it's good to see a lot of my relatives that I still don't know. It's a huge family. I'm still meeting bakers. It's kind of hypocritical to say that none of this is creating anything good for the community, because it is. I've never seen cattle over here.
No.
See where that flare is, right in the middle of those trees right there?
Yeah.
You can kind of see it once in a while?
Yeah.
That's the hall pad. A lot of the people that are here wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this oil activity.
It's a rat race, but we've got to have oil. I don't see any sense in importing it from Iraq and all those different places when we've got plenty right here.
We just got here Friday. Where I live at, you can't hardly find a job.
People coming from everywhere to work here and living in all kinds of crazy conditions too. Got people living in campers and really tiny campers, living in their vehicles. People staying in the back of other people's houses. There's people living in grain sheds when I got up here.
Variety. That's what you have to have there. No one fella likes one girl. We have some girls that had a whole bunch of piercings. We have girls that have tattoos. We have girls that they look like a little high school girl. We have to watch that we don't act like the wives because we want to make sure they come back. We sass all of them. They need the sass. They like the sass.
Some of these guys, they approach it completely wrong. You know, they live in their car. Winter comes, they're not going to make it.
You know, they just can't find a way to get their family up here. There's no housing or there's just no way to move them. I know that they want more families here than they do, you know, people that just come here and then just leave. But who's going to want to stay here?
Jobs are plentiful, but, you know, I think so far as being a woman out here, it's more difficult to get jobs in the oil patch. And then just in truck driving, and it's always going to be like that. You always got people that are so narrow-minded, you know, that think, oh, it's a woman, she can't do this, she can't do that, you know. So. I have a long hose, so I don't need to get too close up on it. Now over here, where you at? This switch right here, it opens this valve that allows it to be sucked in. But you see how my truck is doing that right there? That means I'm getting some air.
I was just like, Mom, what is your job? And then I got to go with her one day, and I actually figured it out when poop fell on my face from holding a pipe up.
Back in Chicago, I was meeting people that had their master's degree, you know, and it was, you know, struggling to find out how they gonna make a living. And in North Dakota, there gonna be some people that make a lot of money out of this boom and, you know, you see new houses going up everywhere. And I think it's people that take the attitude, okay, well, I'm gonna make the best out of what I have. Those are the survivors.
My mom's just like, we're gonna move to North Dakota and you're
Yeah, we thought she was just playing around.
Yeah, we thought we were just like, yeah, whatever, Mom.
Honey, we live in a camper. We don't live in a 5-bedroom house, so it ain't gonna be like our old house. Feed Coco. The one good thing about being in a camper, I figured that it would help us to be a closer family. Okay, that's my ex. While I was going through my divorce, I was trying to figure out some place to go where I can rebuild, you know, get a fresh chance, new start, you know, how we was gonna survive.
It's better in Illinois than here. The only thing that I like is probably nothing. Well, I don't know.
Now, I knew there were very little African Americans here, but, you know, I didn't really think about how it would affect the kids.
See, in Chicago, if you go up to a black guy, then you say like something like nigger or like, oh, you stupid nigger. Like, you won't just get the crap beat out. You might die.
He got in a fight this year.
Yeah, he said he doesn't associate with my skin color. I didn't beat him up because we're in school and they might have like expelled me.
Yeah, because they expel kids down here for fighting. Like for no reason.
I think as parents, we need to prepare our children for the world outside of just the block we live in.
Just west of us here, there's a big oil boom going on. The oil line stops just west of the Twin Buttes community. And here we are, just on the other side of that line. We're putting the symbol back on the land where we're flourishing again. We're chipping away in that direction. Ma'agoti, Makoti. Ma'agoti means earth lodge in Mandan language. It's a symbol of when our people, the Mandan Hidatsa-Rikra people, flourished. Let's get the next one, Mark. And it was Black Elk that said when the government forcefully relocated us into these gray square boxes we live in today, these modern homes, he said that's when our people began to get sick. I always say, you could ask a great horned owl to be a red-tailed hawk. You could ask him to try to live like that, and he'll try it, but they do things a little bit differently. And so you asked one group of people to live like another group of people, and things didn't just pan out. Everything changes. There was injustices done in the past, and I'm not a bitter person. They gave us the rough land, there's minerals on it, and now Grandma has a nice truck to go to town. The oil industry was an abrupt change. But then that brings economy.
If you go at something alone, it's very difficult. But if you make a conscious shift amongst the majority, then you can actually start implementing some things, have some power, have some grounds, you know, have some numbers.
Yeah, sit down. Must be a worksheet with it too.
As I was going along and trying to help our people, I got a different view of them. How much we are in apathy, and we'd rather sit back and complain as a people. So as I was going along, I found out how split we are on this whole thing.
When is the time when we ourselves get in the game? What we want to do is we want to go right along the border.
Okay. Which way are these drilling, by the way?
Straight north.
How many? Three
One
wells?
section. 3 wells, 1 section.
One section.
Just drill that way. Just veer, do this hook.
All right. So I'm gonna look at the wellhead.
Yeah.
I'm not going to count my chickens here, but if we drill these 3 wells, that's the time. That's the time where we take the bull by the horn saying, we can do this.
Kind of a big chess game, I guess, that's the way I kind of look at it. And the big players showed up at the board and shelled out a few pennies, and when it comes down to it, they're walking away with all the dimes, and we're still here playing around with the pennies. Yeah.
People are here to make money, you know? And I think a lot of states and a lot of tribes wish they had our challenges.
And everybody tell you not to put salt on pork.
So we do.
And when I came out here at first, I don't like it below 70 at all. But I adjust very easy, and I don't care if it gets 50 below.
I can do it. Why do you always got to stick it on that thing right there?
Yep. I think he would. Oh my God.
He would never talk to me ever again. We've really been the type of family where one goes, we all go. And if it wouldn't have worked out to where we couldn't have all been here, then he would have had to come back home because it just wouldn't have worked any other way. Here we go. What'd you do to it, dear? Looked at each other and said, okay, well, North Dakota's gonna have to do.
God, I couldn't do without her. I really.
Trying to drive here, dear. What I like to think of this place as is they were in their own little bubble. And, I'm all for that. I really am. But this is a boom.
Even my kids, they're all the same way like Dad. When are we leaving? I guess I'm portraying it as not a good place to live. I'm not saying that. It's just not a place for us.
If you were just coming here for a year and you had everything planned out, I would do that. I would do that. Come here for a year. Because, you'd make so much money.
Staying in the camper, that was, an adjustment. But, we did it.
I'm not used to a trailer. I used to live in, a suburban place, big house, grass.
We made it through. I told the kids, look, we're still alive and you're all right. Even though, they didn't know how we was going to do it. To now to have our own space, I mean, it's nothing compared to what we came from, but it's building steps.
Actually, I kind of want to be, famous, but, what kid doesn't want to be famous? But I want to do, special famous things. I want to be, first female doing something, I don't know, or something, good.
Jennifer, so you're at home?
Yes, Mom. I'm getting interviewed right now. You're on speaker.
Okay, I'm getting ready to bring Coco home then, okay?
Okay.
How do you provide for your family? There's more to life than money. Plants are alive, trees are alive, everything has a spirit. So I have compassion.
Nothing's ever going to be the way it was 10 years ago. But from the locals, there's a general sense of wanting to take care of this place. It's easy to get caught up in the frenzy of the environmental destruction out here.
There's only going to be so much precaution you can take, just like driving your car. They have emission tests. I believe to help out the environment, that's good. But are they going to stop driving cars? Are they going to be somebody that now just say, you know what, all of us need to ride bicycles? You think we're going to inconvenience ourselves and start riding bicycles? To stop that pollution? No. We're going to have to try to find ways to deal with it.
It's hard to even explain to friends of mine back in Fargo what's happening. The potential here is incredible. I mean, there's no reason that we shouldn't have the best schools, the best teachers, the best health care, the best infrastructure. It's just a matter of managing it correctly and taking advantage of the opportunity.
It's only fair to ask. As a rural member, you can ask that.
What should be important is that a person is able to provide and take care of themselves.
We're only borrowing this land for a short time from our children because they're the ones that are going to inherit it. So do we want to leave a dirty, shameful place for them to grow up in, totally disconnected from nature? Is that what we want? That has to become the conversation.
We're very excited, we're optimistic, and just can't wait to see how those wells produce. It's no longer an exploration, it's a proven field. It's all proven.
Newtown, North Dakota. Real bear. Let's go inside the shooting star.
Major funding for Black Gold Boom was provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding was provided by the North Dakota Humanities Council.